Those who play have the chance to triumph. Those who try can succeed. Those who invest can gain. And those who risk can win. Landbank's vision is to be the top universal bank promoting inclusive growth and improving the quality of life in the countryside. Through the delivery of innovative financial and other services in all provinces, cities, and municipalities. Landbank opens opportunities, and Landbank enables success. However, in achieving this, we are faced with risks and consequences. But what type of risks should we take? We're in the business that requires risk-taking every day. Risks occur in the day-to-day transactions of the bank, from decision-making at the top to branch operations in the field. Yes, risk is a part of our work. But more than that, we should know how to manage them. We are all risk managers. Risk management is familiar to all of us, as we have an instinct to reduce potential problems and take advantage of opportunities. With Landbank's risk management efforts, we harness and enhance this instinct to make sound decisions that allow us to operate more efficiently and effectively, as land bankers have an essential role in managing our operations at maximum efficiency. Risk management is everyone's concern, from the board of directors to the management team, the sectors, to you. The Landbank Enterprise Risk Management, or ERM, takes on a holistic perspective of the bank's risks in view of its continuing growth as a top government financial institution and universal bank. The ERM approach of Landbank has evolved from silo to integrated. The silo method looks at the risk individually and not in its entirety. The integrated approach, on the other hand, looks into the interrelatedness and the aggregation of risks. It's a look at the bigger picture. The integrated approach complements and strengthens the existing silo method. It is a proactive approach in risk management, which recognizes all risks inherent in a financial institution.
The integrity and viability of banks like ours are always threatened by attendant risk. Landbank operations is so huge and our products are diversified that we need to manage risk from top to bottom, left to right. We need to adopt an enterprise-wide approach to be efficient and effective, while at the same time be nimble enough to grab opportunities for growth.
The integrated approach in risk management, otherwise known as the Enterprise Risk Management, or ERM, is a process effected by an entity's board of directors, management, and other personnel. It is applied in strategy setting and across the enterprise. It is designed to identify potential events that may affect the institution and manage risks to be within its risk appetite. It helps provide reasonable assurance regarding the achievement of the institution's objectives. The bank-wide implementation of risk management is expected to deepen the culture of risk among land bankers.
We hope that with ERM, all land bankers will be aware of the risks they are confronted with in performing their duties and responsibilities. Risk awareness means exerting extra effort in ensuring quality work and knowing the consequences of breaches in policies and procedures.
The Enterprise Risk Management of the Landbank of the Philippines. The ERM enables the design and implementation of risk management strategies and processes across Landbank. Done in phases, it incorporates a full range of risk management techniques and procedures that respond to risks, including the assessment of business risks, design of risk management strategies, assessment of organizational capabilities, and risk monitoring. Risk management oversight at Landbank is done at the board, management, and operating and support unit levels. First, the board of directors together with the Risk Management Committee, evaluates the RM framework and approves all RM policies, strategies, and plans.
The management of risk is important in any human activity and enterprise. It is even more so in banking, where we are entrusted with people's money. The Risk Management Committee of the bank is a unit at the very top that takes a view of the forest of risks that we face: credit in the loans that we extend, treasury in the market and investments that we are involved in, operational and reputational risks. It is not enough, however, to know and measure the risks. We have to be able to peer beyond the forest, to peer beyond the horizon, to see what risks are coming. And we have to do an even better job. We have to be constantly improving on how we can manage the bank and incorporate these readings and measurements in our operations in order to avoid the risks that we face. Because as the saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Second, at a management level, the President and CEO acts as the comprehensive risk executive that defines the bank's risk priorities and aligns business and risk strategies and policies. At this level, risk oversight is handled by the various committees and subcommittees that manage major risks like credit, market, and operational risks. Third, RM oversight at the operational and support unit level is a responsibility of the risk champions and risk designates, representing the risk-taking units they manage. The Risk Management Group functions as a risk coordinating office that reports functionally to the Risk Management Committee and administratively to the President and CEO. One of the outputs of the ERM is the Risk Appetite Statement of Landbank. The statement, along with its operating principles and implementing strategies, were developed by the bank's senior management. The statement articulates the amount of risk the bank is willing and capable to manage over an extended period of time. Considering changes in the macroeconomic landscape, the Risk Appetite Statement is reviewed on a regular basis by the management team and the Board of Directors to ensure alignment with the strategies and operations of the bank. ERM uses the top-down approach in identifying risks. The board and senior management identify the risks they consider as critical to the bank. After a survey and a series of executive interviews, the Landbank Board of Directors and Management came out with what is called the Landbank Risk Universe. Out of 92 risks inherent in a financial institution, the management recognized 52 risks to comprise the Landbank Risk Universe. Each of the risks is defined in a risk dictionary custom-made by Landbank. Meanwhile, the Landbank Risk Universe was further assessed for criticality using such parameters as impact and frequency. Out of the 52 risks, 26 were identified as priority of the bank. These 26 risks were ranked based on impact and effectiveness of the bank's risk management. 5 emerged as the top risks of Landbank: loans market risk, counterparty credit risk, IT management, people risk, and client relationship management risk. In order to establish ownership of the risk and to ensure that risk management strategies and action plans are properly crafted and monitored, the Management Committee appointed risk champions and designates. These are the champions and designates of the top 5 risks.
ERM is a simple process. It just seems complex because it requires bringing together concerned bank units in numerous workshops and focus group discussions. Likewise, risk deliberations take on bank-wide perspective, which require objective, rational, and prudent thinking.
The top 5 risks were further analyzed using such tools as risk driver analysis and risk measurement. Risk driver analysis determines the causes and sources of risk and answers the questions: why does the risk happen? How does it occur? And where does it originate from? The final output of the analysis is the Risk Driver Analysis Map, or RDA map. On the other hand, risk measurement determines the impact of the risks if it were to occur, and develops indicators that would serve as early warning signals to mitigate the occurrence of such risks. With the risk drivers and sources determined and the key risk indicators or KRIs identified, ERM proceeds with a formulation of strategies to address these risks. Based on the critical risk drivers, risk management strategies are formulated. In crafting risk management strategies, a range of options is open to the bank. It could either avoid, accept, reduce, transfer, or exploit the risk. Inasmuch as controls are already in place, the focus of RM strategy formulation is on opportunities for improvement. The risk owners then assess their capabilities and design action plans needed to execute the approved risk management strategies. All these outputs were presented to the Management Committee and to the Board of Directors for deliberation and approval. For a better understanding of the ERM results, please refer to the ERM Handbook, distributed to all units of the bank last February 2, 2013.
I encourage each and every land banker to read the ERM Handbook as part of our risk awareness initiative. The ERM process teaches us how to deal with risk in our own workplace. Being informed is one small way of managing risk.
Risk monitoring is a continuing process to ensure that action plans are adequate in addressing risks and to determine the need to come up with additional strategies to resolve residual risks. Accomplishments of the risk management action plans under ERM are reported to the Management Committee on a regular basis. Continuous bank-wide monitoring is done to determine new and emerging risks that could come with changes in the global, regional, and local macroeconomic and regulatory environment. This would likewise protect the bank from adverse impact should the risks occur.
Risk management is everyone's concern. ERM embodies this fundamental tenet. With ERM, we hope to embed a culture where each land banker is aware of the risks that he takes in all his actions and all his transactions. More than the risk culture, ERM should be able to improve the operational efficiencies of the bank as it aligns risk and business strategies towards the goal of optimizing stakeholders' value. ERM should better prepare us for forthcoming regulations that would impact on our liquidity and capital adequacy. ERM is a journey and presently in progress to address the next 7 risks of the bank.
The recent approval of the extension of Landbank's corporate life under Republic Act 10374 reinforces the bank's resolve to pursue business excellence and remain as one of the country's top financial institutions.
As we welcome the extension of the bank's corporate life, let us embrace a risk management practice that will ascertain the continued viability of the bank and bring about another 50 fruitful years of existence. I enjoin each and every land banker to think as one, to think as risk managers.